Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Darla Lucian of Darla Lucian Studios, and we are working on our purple projects. Hooray! You know, I couldn't wait to get to these new projects. I am having so much fun working on them. But before we get going, I'm going to ask you to hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you haven't done that yet. What's keeping you, honestly? And comment. I love hearing what's going on in your life, in your crafting, and just love having conversations with other craft people. Share with other crafty folk, and let's keep the inspiration rolling. All right, so if you remember last week, we left things with covers sort of in the middle, and now I have actually punched holes, and so we can actually sew signatures in. Also, I went through my stencils cane, and I put a few little bits of this and that here and there inside, so it's kind of fun. And so, of course, this one doesn't need any stitching because it's the Traveler's Notebook, right? So it's just bound with these elastics. And so with the stenciling on it, it is ready to actually be decorated, which is super fun. And maybe if I'm going to do something more to the cover, there's that also. But for right now, that one we're just going to set off to the side and say we're at a good place with that one. So these ones, this tape is coming out, so I'll have to put that back down. But the cover on this one turned out excellently, and I'm really happy with how it worked. And now if you see on the inside here, we have a spot to cover. Once this was dry, that was going to be covered. And so we can do that. I'm going to do that after I put the signatures in. This one already has the inside covers. So once we get the signatures sewn in, then we'll glue the inside of this and maybe even figure out what we're putting on the spine here, although I'm not completely sure yet. So, you know, maybe we'll leave that one for just now and let it dry. Actually, it'd be better to do it now first, as I'm thinking about it. Alright, so I'm going to move this one out of the way. Alright, where are the ones that I was going to do for the inside? Here they are. Alright, so let's cut these down to size and get these in. Because it really just needed to have those glued, and it's going to be a lot easier to glue these in without worrying about the signatures in the way there, as I was thinking about it a second time. Okay, so let's see. I want to go to about there. And then top to bottom. And I want to go to about there. Alright. So let's take this nice part first. You know, that's a pretty strip still. And then here we go here. Wonderful. Let's just see if I actually got that square enough. I sure did. Oh, that's going to look great. Alright. So I did tape over this after I put the holes in, so I'm going to need to punch the holes in there as well. So there's a few things to do with this one before we can get it being sewn. Alrighty. So I'm just going to put a little bit of crazy glue on this because I'm not sure how well it's going to stick to all this shiny stuff. And we'll just give it a nice randomish pattern here, but around the edges. Oh, this side kind of didn't get as much on the edge here, so I want to make sure the edges for sure get covered. Not right to the edge, of course, because it will mush out. Okay, here we go. Alright, so then I'm just going to use my little smoother and just kind of go from the center to the outside. Because of it being a wet glue, white glue, it's going to cause the paper some little bits of wrinkles, and might as well just beat the system on that one. Okay. This one wants to come up on the corner here, so let's just give it a little extra dot of glue. There we go. Now you're down for good. Okay. Other side. So once again, I think I'm going to turn this the other way. In this case, I just want to match where the white was. Give or take. So I'm going to pull it in and just see where the white was. Yeah, about there. And then over here, I want to match the white there and then come to the about there. Perfect. Okay. Alright, so why can't I see it? Oh, because it's at the top. Let's do that side first. Save my strip for later. And then there's the little spot there. Alright, so again, the same thing, just a little glue around the outside. You've probably seen me do this a million times, but oh, it's such a busy week. I feel like, I don't know, like with the weather being nicer, I wanted to get outside more, and it was just so busy. I never even really got outside much. It's a bit colder today, and I was really busy today. We were doing a bunch of videos today. I don't know, I feel like I'm telling myself all these kinds of excuses. I really wanted to go out and walk, I guess I would. But it doesn't feel like there's enough time in the day sometimes. Oh, I had this the other way, just for something different. Okay, so let's line it up to the top corner and the bottom corner. I want to make sure that's covered. Yep. Good. And now oh, it's just, see, don't you love crazy glue? Because you can always move it for a few seconds before it's really in there. Alright. Oh, I really like how that looks. It's going to be so pretty once we get the signatures in, right? So let's work on that part. So first of all, let me find that little needle I'm just going to use here. So I've already pounded the holes in the papers and in the signature, but of course I put the tape over like I said, so we're just going to find these holes and poke through. Oh, actually I think I need a different, well, this one should work. This is more of a bead needle, but it should still manage since I'm not poking through any cardboard. It's already been hammered through. Alright, so in this one, this is the one I think it is. Yep. I wanted to use this thread here. So let's see if we can get some of this off. Oh, kind of all comes off. Alright, well, let's do that then. Let's see what we have to work with here. Oh, isn't that an interesting way they were bound together like that? Okay. So, when we do a signature, it's always 3 times the length, and that gives you plenty. So 1, 2, 3, and snip. And then this other one, is it? 1, 2, 3, and there's still a little bit here. Snip. So let's just do that thing that they had done. That's so weird, hey? Never seen people do that before. But anyway, I guess it works. And I am going to get my scissors and just put a notch. Because that's how I roll. I like notches. Okay. Oh yeah, see, this is why I do need my other one, because the eye is too small on this one. So what happened to my needle? It's too small for the thread otherwise. My fingers are all painty looking. I actually, what? Where? I think that's just breadcrumbs, so you just wash it off. Okay, I gotta figure out which one was the back one. I'll always start with the back one first. Okay, so this one had the butterflies like that. And this one had the butterflies like that. I think I want the bolder one at the back. Okay. So, here we go. So I just, yeah, you've seen me do this before. Oh yeah, this one is the new one. Okay, so where do we want to be? About right there. There we go. And then we need to find, make sure that's the right direction. Okay. Come through the middle first. Okay, so now I'm going to grab this so we don't lose our tail and just clip it onto our pages, and that'll help hold the pages steady, and it will also help hold our thread from coming all the way through. Alright, so now I turn it upside down, and we're going to go in the back. Okay, let's try that again. We're going through the back. Hello people, let's get with the program here. Alright, so let's see how well we can do with this. How many did we get? Oh, a few. This part can be awkward. I'm sorry if I can't actually show you as well what I'm up to. I kind of have to see. But I'm just working everything onto the needle just like I did in the beginning. Oh yeah, this one has to be punctured. There we go. Alright. Now we pull through and we pull tight. And we should be able to pull tight because this is holding. Alright, so now I throw my needle down there, which is the bottom, right? And I pull this up to the top. Just want to get this out of the way. Turn it around. I give myself a little bit more leeway here. So this has been pulled pretty tight. We want it to stay fairly tight. And now we thread it on the needle here at the bottom. Just about done. So close. Alright, and now we gotta find that hole, which is right there. Up. Through. Okay, so now if everything has been pulled as tight as it can, which we really do hope so, now we try to come in the middle here, again, through all the layers, and come up the center. Not gonna happen. Alright, and I'm gonna try not to split the thread coming in. That's always a trick. And now I want to be on this side of the center thread going down, so that when I tie it, the thread is in between the two pieces. Alright, so pulling tight. Now I have one on each side of that center thread, and now I'm just doing, I usually do about 3 knots. I don't know why 3, just Makes me feel like I really got it if I have 3. Then I just let those go. Those can be whatever length. We might want to decide what we want to do with that later. So now, it's just time to do the front one. So this one kind of works good to be able to lay your hand on it. If it's on this side, it seems to be more awkward. Maybe it's because I'm right-handed, but I've just always found that working back to front is really the way to do it. So, you know, it is, if it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of deal. So that's the way we're at with that one. Alright, so just double checking. I have that the right way up. And that's my front, yes. So this one has to be the right way up this way. Yep. Okay. We don't want to have one upside down. That would be sad. Alright, so this is my new one. So I gotta make sure it's kind of lined up. Puncture that one. I'm throwing a couple extra sheets in here. One in each signature that didn't get a hole in it. I figured I'll stitch it. The rest of them are all punctured, so it should be good. So this one, just the same thing. It just goes on. It just only gets sewn in when we're sewing in the middle part. That's when it gets grabbed. Okay, where's my hole? There it is. Alright, so I'm just going to pull. Unfortunately, I had these two even. So, I'm just going to do the thing where I make this tighter. So that these guys are all together. And clip. That's clipped on now. Alright, let's pull this the rest of the way through. Good. Flip it upside down. Come in at the top. I'm going to put these guys in. So it's pretty typical that you might miss right beside where that envelope is just because it has a little extra bulk there. That's okay. Oh, this is what I have to puncture. There we go. Alright, how tight do we need to be? Yep, we're good. We're good, we're good. Throw the needle down that way. Bring this one up to the top. Okay, spin it around one more time. Alright, where's that hole? We're here somewhere. Okay, why isn't it going in? There it is. There we go. Alright. So here we are. Now the center. Make sure I've pulled that really tight first of all. The tighter we pull the center, the better. We want it good and snug because that'll make it easier when we go through to poke our way through. Oh, it really did well. Alright. That really almost went all the way through. I can't remember the last time I did that, where I poked from the back side and it went all the way up to the front. But that's good. Alright. So pulling really tight. It is tight. And 1, 2, 3. Great. So this one is ready for the next step. And now this one. Let me just check our time and see how we're doing. Oh yeah, we got a little bit of time here, so let's just see. Our center signature is that one and that one. And I wanted to use embroidery floss on this one. I like the lighter one for that. Maybe I think I just like the lighter one for both. So that makes it easy enough. Let's tuck those back there. Alright. So this is my front signature. And this is my back. So we just do the same thing. Oh, maybe I was supposed to pull on this side. I didn't think I was. Oops. Yeah, that side wants to tie knots now because of how I pulled it apart. Ah, so frustrating. Alright. Why are we tying knots? What do we need to pull? This one? Is that the secret? Sometimes I wonder. Okay. There was a loose thread on one side, and now that's just a complete disaster. Okay. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Yay! And then, still with a complete disaster. It's tying up in more knots again. That's part of the problem. Alright. 1, 2, come on. Just need one more length. There we go. 3. Okay, I'm going to put these little bits in the trash. Let's see what we can do with this one. Alright. I love how pretty these papers have turned out. Double checking that that's our front. Yep. That is pretty. Alright, so I'm just clipping that on there. Spin, spin, spin. Just gonna... Oh no! Did I pull it all the way through? Let's hope not. Whew! It saved my corner. Alright, let's just wrap that around again. This is a lot slipperier, the embroidery floss, so depending on how tight the clip is all the way across depends on whether or not it's going to slide out when I pull. Alright, here we go. Let's see what we can do with getting some of these on. So that CD envelope is just tucked in there, which works lovely. Come on. You know you want to get through here. Let's do this thing. Alright. Good. Give it some space down there. Up to the top. I always wrap it around the page to clip it because I'm hoping by clipping it into places that it will actually hold better. I don't know if it actually does hold better, but anyway. Okay, so sliding on through here, like so. Find my hole. There it is. tight. And then up the middle, I'm just going to actually give it a little, it's not as tight as it could be there. So I'm just going to give it a little yank. There we go. Now I think we're talking. Oh, not really. It's pretty loose here. Which is not helping the situation for the whole lining everything up and not catching the thread that's there. Okay, I'm just going to pull that as tight as I can, because that will definitely help. Alright, we need to get on there. Yep, yep. Good. Oops, not too far back. Yep. And yeah, there we go. Okay. So this one is going to need some more tightening because for some reason it keeps wanting to come loose. So there we go. Now I'm just going to double check here. Yes, it's tight against. That's better. 1, 2, 3. This one is so pretty. Oh, I love it so much. All right, next one up. Okay, there we go. I was thinking I could just wiggle it, but no, apparently not. Okay. Okay, spinning around. Ooh, that went through tons. Nice. There we go. All right. Really happy with how these colors have turned out. Definitely makes me feel spring is in the air. I'm a fan of spring, I have to say. And not just because my birthday's in spring. Usually when spring comes along, I am so ready to be done winter. I don't know about you. Of course, we live in Canada, so it seems like spring never comes sometimes. Obviously not true. Just how it feels sometimes. It can really feel like really feel like the longest season ever. My dad used to say that we have 10 months tobogganing and 2 months poor sledding. And honestly, it seems like we get that. We have pretty hot weather in summer, actually, for here, I should say, for Canada. All right, now time to pull her tight. There we go. It's really important to be very, very tight at this stage because you don't want sloppy, loose pages when you go to work in it later, or if you're giving it as a gift to somebody else. I mean, that's the last thing you want. Okay, so that signature's done. Let's try out the other one. That signature's done. Obviously, we're going to cover the spine. This one I think we might cover with some lace, but we'll see when I figure out what I'm going to do on the cover of these, that's when we'll start looking at that. Let's see what we're doing for time. Okay. Marvelous. So we're at the point where we can start decorating pockets and things and putting those in. So I'm actually, let's bring this one back. So I have started collecting a little purple bin, and some of these things you'll see me making. If you look at the Fun Fridays, we made a whole bunch of different kinds of fun things, and so I have a few things that I could put in right off the bat. So let's just see what we want to do on this one. Let's see. Castle of the Rose. Maybe this flower one, I think so. Ooh, and that one for this journal. And maybe that one for this journal. Maybe not this one then. Let's see, we've got that one. Yeah, with the green, I like that for this one. Oh, and this has got some more of that same that was on this one. So that's kind of fun. Let's coordinate, shall we? Okay, so this is the one that goes... Oh no, these are the same one. Oh, I'm going to have to pick then. I thought one of them was the one that wrapped around. So this one wraps around, which I like. I'm going to use that one for this one. I thought there was another one that was a brownish. No. Which one do I like? This one or this one? I'll have to decide. And then I like that one. That's kind of fun too. Alright, so let's say these are some of the things that we're going to put in this one. So it's fun to have things already made. Look how pretty this one is. That one can go in as a pocket too, I think. Okay. So let's start at the beginning. A very good place to start. Okay. I don't like either of these ones here. I think I want a wider one. Okay. Is that wider? Yep. So let's make a double pocket and put that one down. Okay. Actually, I should probably have started with this guy. Let's do that. Starting from the bottom and working to the top, I think would be best. So we altered the paper on these on one of our Fun Friday videos, so you'll have to check them coming up in March. Later in March, maybe this week, maybe it's next week. I forget when we do this particular one. Bubbles. Oh, I think it's the 12th, so check that one out if you want to see how we did this. It was a lot of fun, just saying. So this one wants to pop up, which is super annoying, but that's okay, because I'm here and I can hold it. So we might not get too many in, but we did pick for this journal, so that's kind of nice. So I'll just kind of keep going along and putting some things in, and then we'll go ahead and do that with some of the others. And we'll work on the covers. But it's nice to have some things prepped ahead, and I did. And so that was good, because I knew this one was coming. I knew this day was coming. I'm just going to hold it a second longer because I do not want these curling up. This cardstock was wet earlier, and so was this piece of book page. So I definitely want, especially a good impression at the beginning of the book. I want to make sure that people realize it's going to stay in there. Nice. Yeah, that looks great. Okay, I think that's about it for this video, and I'm just going to keep moving along with this, and we'll just catch you tomorrow. You all have a great day. Take care, everyone, and thanks for watching.